Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, the show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your never humble host, Eric Sizemore, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Quiet, who's quiet, and also Brain Damage.
Yeah! Woo!
And we are going to have some funny memes for you. But first, a patented, trademark, copyrighted, absolutely essential.
I'm here too, Eric.
Hi, how are you?
I'm right on time.
Right on time. We are going to have some funny memes for you. But first, a patented, trademark, copyrighted, absolutely essential part of every show. Pressing news.
All about the world. My guess is the administrative state is being dismantled, Russia is being supported, and Western Europe is being alienated by the United States. Am I close?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm not even watching.
Yeah, I know. Very sad news. Roberta Flack passed away. We lost her most famous R&B vocalist, known for Killing Me Softly, died at 88. And we enjoyed her song twice in the pre-show. Hey, and some good news, Progressive Action Alliance lets us know that Walmart lost $51 billion. So that's kind of fun. That means the Walton family has lost billions of dollars in net worth. And that's, you like to see it. See, it's not all depressing. Some of it's hopeful and makes you smile. Billions of dollars. Did you lose billions of dollars? No, you're doing better than the Waltons this week. Did you know that we have a probe that is just days away from landing on the moon, and it's called Blue Ghost? It's been sharing these crazy close-ups. Look at this. That's the moon. Going by. Look at how bumpy and cratery it is. Thought it was pretty fun. So anyway, in a couple days, man, we're going to get a moon landing. So that's fun. That's fun to look forward to, right? Also, the big story, of course, is that the other morning at the Department of Housing and Urban Development headquarters in D.C., they had a mandatory return to the office, and when everybody showed up, the TVs were all tuned to this AI video of Donald Trump massaging and kissing Elon Musk's feet. And it was labeled "Long Live the Real King." And what blew me away is people were like, well, this is obviously, this is obviously AI. It's like, well, of course it's AI, dumb shit. And people were like, and he has two left feet. It's like, no, the really impressive part was the massage that Trump was giving his feet. That AI has had its feet massaged because it was a good foot rub. Anyway, I encourage you all to look it up. Musk has lost more than $100 billion since December, just 2 months ago. $100 billion. Teslas have given up. They were once $1 trillion company, but now much less than that. So again, personally, Musk has lost $100 billion. Have you ever lost $100 billion? No, then you're doing better than Musk. In other Fabo news, Joe Rogan has been dethroned by an anti-Trump podcast in the charts. That's right. Joe Rogan, the most popular podcaster in the freaking universe, reaching 200 million people and all that other stuff, was beaten by, oh my God, what's the show? The Meidas Touch podcast.
You mean guys Joe Rogan, the guy who used to host Fear Factor?
Yeah. And then he got rich selling bone marrow soda or something.
What? I didn't know that guy had a podcast. He's the guy who made people eat animal intestines on TV or whatever.
Yeah. I think the last cool thing he did was when he attacked that joke stealer at the Comedy Store out in LA.
Carlos Mencia.
Yeah,
he fucking eviscerated that guy. I remember that. I didn't know he had a podcast though.
Yeah, well, that was the last good thing he did, and it's good that you haven't paid attention. Now he's doing some crazy stuff. But anyway, the Meidas Touch with Ben Meis, and if you're not following the Meidas Touch, you are missing out because it is now the top podcast, and it's anti-Trump as opposed to Joe Rogan, who's pro anti-vax, billionaires. I mean, all kinds of crazy people are on. I mean, Trump was on his show. I mean, it's just absolutely horrible, which prompted many people, especially at Joe Rogan's podcast, to go, "Who the hell is the Meidas Touch?" So you should check it out. It's a really great show. I watch Ben Meis all the time. Hey, TikTokers are now hunting Tesla trucks, Cybertrucks, swastikars, and to project messages onto the back of the tailgate and then video it. And if you look closely at this, the projected screen says the most recalled truck in 2024.
Here's my only thing about this. We should be doing this to all Tesla owners.
Oh,
It's not just the Cybertruck. It's all them bitches.
that's true. That's true. Like, what was the thing that I really liked? It was with the Intel logo, and you could almost hear the dunk 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 incel inside. All right, forget it. The Doge boys now have access to the top U.S. cybersecurity agency, and I had to look up what it is. It's got some boring name like the Cybersecurity Agency or something like that. But anyway, they're in there, and I have heard that Musk has brought his little, mini me human shield with him too, and that there are now buggers all over cybersecurity. So it's bad. Protesters displayed an upside down American flag at Yosemite, which you can see here. It's enormous. The organizers say the inverted flag, historically used as a sign of distress, was meant to draw attention to the Trump administration's cuts to the National Park Service. And by the way, I think I heard that in Yosemite National Park, which is like 4 million acres, there are now like 3 rangers on duty. So if you were looking for a secluded place to commit a murder, now at Yosemite, probably a good place. Probably there's not a cop for millions of acres.
Hey, it's a secluded place to do anything.
That's true.
Not
Set
just
up a meth lab. I like what you're saying there. That's a good idea. Yeah, been pretty crazy. This one was fabulous, man. Fox News host like boiled down an argument I have been trying to make for like a million years, and I can never explain it. But when this twat, Jesse Waters, says it, suddenly it becomes clear. It says someone says something on social media, Elon Musk retweets it, Rogan podcasts it, and then Fox broadcasts it. And by the time it reaches everybody, millions of people have seen it. It's free money. And that's exactly the information amplification propaganda pipeline that I've been trying to explain to people. But now that Jesse Waters said it in that 5th grade language, which is literally, it's the smartest thing I've ever heard him say. Now people are starting to get it. So that's kind of fun. In the meantime, though, CNN and some other people just really cannot stand that people like Luigi. They went out and showed tons of people who were out to watch Luigi's first days in court. He was in court again this week. And they just kept labeling them as twisted cult supporters. And it's like none of them interviewed anyone that was there. And so this guy with Status Coup News, and if you're not following Status Coup News, you are missing out. He is following the people outside of the Luigi trial. And they were just basically saying, no, I'm here to say that the media's here and give us attention because we hate our health insurance system. That's it. We hate our health insurance system enough to be, fanboying out here outside the courthouse.
I have something to say about this guy.
Please.
Facebook for the blind. I'm going on record. We are divided when it comes to Luigi Mangione. No, you love him. And me, while I think he has a great body, I personally think he has kind of too much of kind of a rat face.
Well, we here at Facebook for the Blind also have a policy of not making jokes strictly about looks. So I'm gonna have to strike that one from
also, the guy he killed was from Minnesota. So
yeah,
I'm not standing a billionaire. I will never stand a billionaire. I know rat face men are supposedly in this year, Katie. I do know that. I just disagree. But all I'm saying is, like, if I have to pick a hero, I'm not picking the fucking rat face boy who shot somebody in the back. Okay. I watched too many Westerns for that shit. It's not that cool.
I think we all wanted an ugly guy to kill a healthcare CEO, but
my official position on Luigi Mangione is he's not that cool. That's my hot take on the murderer.
And it is official now that I have a disagreement with my good friend Quiet over Saint Luigi, Moving on. The story this week has been the educator who was dragged from an Idaho Town Hall in the orders of an ex-LA sheriff's deputy who happened to be collecting 150,000 a year in disability. Do you know that? While working a full-time job over there in Idaho, which to me seems like fraud, waste, and abuse.
Sounds like
collect.
Idaho. Am I right?
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'll let you do the fucking news. I don't know why I'm talking so much.
No, because you love me. It's awesome. Anyway, it's absolutely insane. Did you all see the video? I mean, we don't need to. I mean, you saw what happened. All she did was ask some questions and then was, forcibly taken, hand and foot, like dragged from the theater. It was absolutely insane. And the guy gets in her face and says, "Do you want me to pepper spray you?" And it was like, he was so excited. It seemed like he'd gotten the pepper spray for Christmas, hadn't had a chance to try it out, was real excited. Anyway, so yeah, he's collecting 150K in disability from California, but working in Idaho. And I mean, I don't know how insurance fraud works or disability fraud works, but that seems like an open and shut case, Your Honor. So there you go. We always like to close out the news from Facebook for the Blind with a heartwarming animal story, but I didn't have one. I did, however, find this. There is a fungus in the wild that is turning spiders into zombies in Ireland's ruined castle. Look at this spider, covered in fungus, just crawling around. Like that show where the fungus get. So good.
It is a video game first, damn it.
Well, I spent some time with the show. You spent some time with the video game. We can both have our loves. It's okay. Neither of us has to be jealous. Anyway, how fun is that? So they found even more funguses that can like hijack other creatures and take them over.
Change the channel. This thing sucks.
Dude, it uses dopamine to alter the spider's behavior, just like Facebook. And that concludes the news from Facebook for the Blind for February 25th, 2025. Now I'm handing it over to my beautiful co-host, Quiet, who's going to have some funny memes in a nice, regular-sized round one.
Wrong, Eric. Here comes a big, long round one. Kicking it off with Trash Can Paul.
Paul!
Keeping it fucking nasty. This says it's an all-black screen, and it says point of view. You wake up as Helen Keller in 1881.
Oh, fuck.
Next up, we have Salad Dazed.
Hey.
And it says the only minority destroying this country are the billionaires.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
I want to stand whatever company this is. It's called Fetch. FETCH.
Nice.
We don't know what you sell, but we're
Sure.
picking up what you're putting down.
Like the cut of your jib.
Yeah, we like the cut of your jib. Next up, we have Reddit/pics, and it's a picture of Luigi Mangione surrounded by 3 cops, and it says, it's a headline. It says Luigi Mangione appears in New York State Court, and Mitch Zero ACAN says, this looks like a movie where they're guarding the last man with hair in the world.
By the way, what a show. Sorry, that was a show. Everybody's in bulletproof vests. They're all decked out. It was this whole thing. The rest of the time that he spends walking around, he doesn't have that much security. It's just when the cameras are there. New York.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. I've been watching a lot of wrestling, but I'm guessing it was good. Did he get into some kind of trouble, this guy?
It was just really funny, the amount of security theater, costumes, top notch. They really
he's so dangerous. Shot somebody in the back, so scary.
Mm-hmm.
Zach at Zach on Prozac.
Wow.
Good job, Zach. It says me. Can I get 1 cheese pizza? My 1500s friend who writes down all my fuck ups in his scroll. Yep. That's going in the scroll. Hey, Eric, I actually want you to read this one from our friend, stepbro.steve. But I want you to read this one because I think this one might have been made about you. You need to call Steve, see what he's been up to.
Okay, I'll look him up. Stepbro Steve down in Jacksonville, Florida says, you don't get 11 likes on your memes without making some enemies. It's got a monkey in a spacesuit smoking a blunt in a space station.
Yeah, I mean, I know he didn't use your name, but I feel like this was directed at you.
That's it seems nice, but it feels mean. I don't know.
This one, whoever I ripped it off from, I didn't like him, so I didn't credit him. Cop, do you know why I pulled you over? Me, because you like me. Cop, oh my God, shut up. No, I don't.
Ah!
I don't know. I have one or two more here. I like this. It's funny, snarky humor. It says, pretending I'm asleep so my boss has to carry me to the meeting. From funny, snarky joke. And my last one for round one comes from Adam Adam at YSYLON. I think it's Y Cylon. And it says me being waterboarded. Gross. Is this Donny? And that's all I have for round one. Flipping it over to brain damage.
It was Dasani, that disgusting ass shit. All right. Let's go with memes and more. And it says, did you know? We have a picture of a sunken airplane. It says, did you know there are more airplanes in the ocean than there are submarines in the sky?
Wow.
Action Bronson puts, I'm over superhero movies, but this would reel me back in 100. And here we have a picture of Danny DeVito dressed as Wolverine. And, well, would you say that's much more comic book accurate? Wolverine was a short character,
It was
right?
really short.
Yeah.
And then
Really
they
short.
put Hugh Jackman in there. Whatever. It ended up working out. Whoever the fuck Q Park is puts this is a 2-panel and it has a picture of some of the states. We have Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming. And then the person writes, Montana is kind of creeping me out. And then in the second panel we have, I'm sure this is Star Trek. Do you want to tell me who the characters are?
It's Captain Picard and Q. Yeah.
Well, Q is whispering something which looks romantically into Captain Picard's ear, but maybe not. And that person is labeled Montana, and Captain Picard is labeled Idaho. And then I look back on the map, and
It's so weird.
look at this line here. Yeah, it looks like two people where one is all up on somebody. Those notes, I've never seen that before until
No,
this.
that is a fucking really, really weird take. Yeah.
All right, moving along. We got puns. So this is the best. We got a 3-panel. First panel, we have a picture of William Shakespeare. It says William. Second panel has a pear. It says pear. And the third panel has William Shakespeare's arm vibrating, and it says William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare.
I knew immediately as soon as I saw the pair.
Nintendo 64 puts cruising down the street in my 6'4", and here we have Eazy-E riding a Nintendo 64 on wheels. And I don't know what this says. Lineal mix, I guess. It says I'm offended. And here we have a display case with a bunch of old porcelain dolls. And it says old people Funko Pops.
Yes.
Sammy Adult jokes. But for those that have never seen a catfish, and here we have a cat that is holding on to a fishing pole. Catfish. You never seen a catfish, Eric?
Yeah.
He-Man and Masters of the Universe has a 4-panel. It says when old age hits our superheroes, and here we have He-Man all fat and bald sitting there with a beer in his hand. It says Bad Knee Man. And we have Lionel all fat and he's still got hair, but he's also got a beer and a bill belly with his belly popping out. The Thunder Fats. Optimus is balding with a beer and a beer belly. Optimus past his prime. And then we've got G.I. Slow.
Hail Satan!
And here I don't remember who this one was. I think it was Dad Jokes, but we got the 4-panel. It's the guy laying down on the bed texting his girl, and she's laying down on the bed texting back, and he says, "Hey, girl." She says, "I just checked my insurance policy. He said, all right, everything good? Oh, look, it says something right there. Robin Cantrell. Now I can give credit. Good job, Robin Cantrell. Put markers on your shit. Anyways, everything good? She says, if my blankets is stolen in the middle of the night, I won't be covered.
Mhm.
And this is the last one for me. Bizarro.com has an owl with some kind of, what is that thing called? A xylophone?
Accordion.
Accordion, whatever the fuck it is. One with a piano and a squishy that you get to go back and forth. And he says, might as well face it, I'm addicted to bugs. And it's labeled Weird Owl Yankovic. Weird Owl. I think I might have did that one before, but I was running out of memes and I was like, I'm not sure. So passing it off to you, Eric.
Awesome. All right. Round one, the ostensibly wholesome round, taking it over right now. Friend of the show, Andrew TD, Sasquatch himself, has posted this picture of a brand new remodeled kitchen with shiny appliances and just a shiny countertop and everything. And its quote says, I'm at the age where I finally understand why anyone would be happy to win a new appliance package on The Price is Right. And TD says, I'd be on the stage saying, that's great, Drew, but could you also throw in a new furnace and a water heater too? I don't need the trip to Switzerland. Too real, TD. This is from the poster Weird Facts. And if you're not following Weird Facts, that's okay. Apparently, neither do I. It says 11-year-old Ted Danson and his friends chopped down several billboards around Flagstaff, Arizona, because they obstructed the views of nature. He was caught when his father, a museum curator, discovered that the billboards for the Museum of Northern Arizona had been left untouched. Aww. Wholesome. If you're not watching Ted Danson's new show, Inside Man, yeah, that's a funny show. I recommend that. Here we have a 4-panel, and we have a sort of a nice young woman line drawing here. It says, little things you can do to save the environment. 1, bike to work. 2, try meatless Mondays. 3, guillotine the corrupt corporate class that is poisoning the planet for profit. And recycle. I liked it. You guys remember what we were doing 4 years ago? We started this show. This is a doctored photograph of Saving Private Ryan, except that it's that couple of McCluskeys, Mark and Patricia McCluskey, in Saving Private Property. Remember when BLM marched down their street, not even in their driveway, not even down their sidewalk, down their street, and they like came out all armed, like extra super armed. Anyway, very strange. Engineering and Science says Tesla Model S hits 1.2 million miles with its 14th motor and 4th battery replacement. Woohoo! Jamie Montoya says Corolla hits 1 million miles on 4 oil changes. Nobody notices. The engineers love the electric cars. Okay, you guys aren't big nerds. Hey, Lorene, good to see you in the room. One of the funniest things that happened this week is that if you typed Kremlin headquarters into Google Earth, it would zoom in on Florida, and yep, that's Kremlin headquarters there.
Oh my god.
The Mar-a-Lago Beach House. Look at that. It's all gold-plated. Looks like Versailles. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. Also, MapQuest is now allowing you to rename the Gulf of Mexico anything you like. So here we have the Gulf of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. There are a whole lot of these this week. It's pretty good. So yeah, you can go to MapQuest and do that yourself. Hey, speaking of using technology that's evil for good, Jimmy Kimmel, I'm sorry, no, not Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Fallon was interviewing John Oliver, and John Oliver saw that Alexa was like on, and he said, oh, in which case I've got another one. Alexa, how bad are Amazon's working conditions? Jimmy's like, Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. All right, all right. No, Alexa, what is union busting? I was like, Alexa, stop, please listen to me, Alexa. Jimmy straight up panicking in the last 2 seconds so that Alexa doesn't say something that's going to get him or NBC in trouble. That's why you get your political comedy on HBO and not on commercial television. I got 2 more here. U.S. Democratic Socialist brings us this nugget. Cult 45 thinks that switching to French roast coffee will, quote, punish Colombia. A prime example of why paying attention in school is important.
Here's why we know you're working class is because you said Colt 45 because your brain automatically went Colt 45.
Did I go Colt 45, not Colt 47?
It's Colt 47, not Colt 45. You fucking
Wow. You're right. I have
like
dyslexia.
40 drinking Edward 40 hand son of a bitch.
So anyway, Cult 47 thinks switching to French roast coffee will punish Colombia. My friend Thomas says, with every sip, I weaken this cruel regime. And finally, at CPAC this week, which is the conservative, I don't know. It's just like a white trash shit party, basically. Just the horrible people show up. Elon showed up, and Mealy, the president who's collapsing, was it Ecuador? Anyway, the guy who's a terrible leader, handed him a chainsaw because that was his campaign stunt. And Elon showed up in sunglasses during the daytime with a hat over his eyes, which, does that indicate, is that one of the symptoms of ketamine abuse? Apparently it is. I don't know. Coincidence? Who knows? But anyway, so stoned to the bone, Elon holding a chainsaw, dances on stage in a bizarre appearance. Man, it really was bizarre. He was asked questions and his sentences were not sentences. You know what I mean? Where there's just like a word sound of coming out of a sunglass face like that. I mean, we've all had weird uncles that showed up to the barbecue that way. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, friend of the show, Mike Ingram for everyone, says that chainsaw has an opportunity to do the funniest thing.
Oh my God.
And that has been my wholesome round. It only gets less wholesome from there. Handing it back to you, Quiet.
Thanks, Eric. I'm going to do my memes now.
Cool. In the second round.
For round 2, yeah, also called the second round. I stole this one too, and for some reason didn't credit it. It's just white background, and then in kind of small typeface it says, place his finger on cop's lips. Shh. We were both speeding, okay? Next up, we have Harvard graduate at Healy fan account. It says, Applebee's waiter, what would you like to order? Me. I'll take the apple. Waiter, we don't actually sell apples. Me, visibly frightened. Okay, then. Gulp. I'll have the bees. This one's from Vodka Lana at Vodka Lana, and it says, depressed, keep your chin up. Because when it's down, it looks like there's 2 of them, which is gross. Openly gay animals. I want to say here, for our viewers, they'll notice that there's a follow button next to this. I'm already following openly gay animals. It's just that they paired up with openly gay aliens. But I don't support any aliens, and I mean the ones from other planets. I don't consider people from other countries aliens. It's a picture of Pikachu.
Can you say you're following openly gay animals again, but less dirty?
I'm following openly gay animals around. I don't think it was better. There's a picture of Pikachu, and it says, so far you've survived 100% of your worst days.
Aw.
Yeah, you're welcome for that. I got like 3 or 4 more. It says, kids of today will never know this is how we turn on our computers in the 2000s. And it is a picture of somebody turning on a computer with their toe. And I think if you're over 35, you did this. Yeah.
I did it this morning.
Bink at Not Bink says, this guy just pulled out a box of matches to light his cigarette. Like, you are not a vibe, bro. And then I love the first comment is from the original poster, Bink at Not Bink, and it says, he was kind of a vibe. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hating. And that is all I got for round 2. The second round, kicking it back to brain damage.
All right, let's start it off. Here we've got my wife took off her top during an argument where I was winning. It was a booby trap.
Ah.
That's so dumb.
I'd be like, follow, put being an adult is realizing $1,000 is little money to have, but a lot to owe.
Yes. That is grown up. That's grown folks'
that's
wisdom
very
right there.
All right. I go too many? Oh no, I went. All right. So we've got sarcastic mama said the first guy who heard a parrot talk was probably not well for a while. The other 98% has a 2-pound of Elon Musk and Homer Simpson. And it says Elon Musk is a rocket scientist the same way that Homer Simpson is a nuclear safety inspector. Here we've got Blamuel L. Jackson, and we have the poster of the It, but it has is John Witherspoon playing the dad on Friday, taking his shit in the bed. Don't nobody go in the bathroom out 45 minutes. And it says shit. Oh, and then Hand of the Memes has I forget this guy's name. Man, the guy in Pineapple Express when he says "Synced it," and they have him on the It. Oh my goodness, Craig Robinson, I think is his name. And
oh yes,
I synced it. I synced it.
Yeah, he's really unrecognizable as this clown.
I synced it. It just that forehead was way too much. That forehead is way too much.
What's that clown's name?
Pennywise. Pennywise. Yeah. At least they didn't do it to John Witherspoon. The Nerd Herd. Here we have a poster of the old Blade movie with Wesley Snipes.
Love that.
It says Wesley Snipes Glade in the position of his sword. There's a Glade spray air freshener.
There is indeed.
Yep. It says the power of an immortal, the soul of a human, the smell of lavender and vanilla. Glade. Here we have true or false. People who work in customer service should be allowed to fight one customer per day. That's an oldie but goodie.
Nice.
And this is the last one for me. This is a 4-panel cartoon. And we have a frog and an alligator. It says, please don't eat me, alligator. The alligator says, alligator, I'm a crocodile, you stupid frog. Frog says, frog, I'm a toad, you buffoon. Turtle comes along and says, please, you two, stop fighting. They both say, sorry, Mr. Turtle. Turtle, I'm a tortoise, you fucking idiots. And that's going to do it for me for this round. Handing it back to you, Eric.
Okay. I'm not stretching at all. Not even like a little bit. Okay, maybe a little bit. Cool. All right, heading into round 2, the interstitial round, I believe, is what I've been calling it. Round 2, the irrational round. Here we got a picture from, let's see here, Furious Women of America has posted this picture of Jesus doing the Sermon on the Mount. It says, some of you are sitting at tables that you were sent to flip. That was mostly for Michael because I know he reads the Bible. This next one's in anti-QAnon memes, and if you're not following anti-QAnon memes, I'm not sure you've built up enough resistance to QAnon because it's still out there and you need to ward it off. So they have a posting here from Wabanao Golding, who has posted a tweet from Donald J. Trump, but the real Donald Trump says, numerous states introducing Bible literacy classes, giving students the option of studying the Bible, starting to make a turn back. Great. And Rabia O'Chowdhury says, according to the Bible, you should be put to death for adultery. Which is a point I don't think it's brought up enough. Maybe it's because we're not hearing enough of the Bible and we're hearing too much of GOP Jesus. Here we have a picture of GOP Jesus who's got a man on the ground crawling to his feet. And the Lord said unto the sick, The copay is $47. Here's GOP Jesus again in the red MAGA hat talking to his apostles. And his apostle says, hey, Republican Jesus, what would you say is your greatest miracle? So many. One, I make it possible for my followers to do or say whatever they want. Which is, okay, that's deep. All right. Here we have GOP Jesus once again saying the commandment, do not help others, as that is called welfare. All right. Okay. Then we've got the I'm fine dog. You know the dog that's sitting there with a cup of coffee and the big wide eyes? He's wearing a cute little hat, sitting in the midst of all the flames. And he says, a Nazi might give me $5,000. Because Doge and Elon said they were going to give everybody $5,000, which is crazy. Okay, that's fine. I just posted Dr. Evil here going, $5,000. His little finger up to his mouth. Okay. This is Rick Mayall. He says, this is Rick from the Young Ones. He says, when a little kid tells me their favorite show is Paw Patrol, it says, oh, fascist. So I don't know if you watch Paw Patrol, but Paw Patrol, The Onion says, Paw Patrol writers defend episode where German Shepherd cop shoots unarmed black lab 17 times in the back. Paw Patrol's bad. Paw Patrol is right-wing propaganda and very weird. Very
Shit's
bad.
fucking fun to watch, though.
Oh. Well, Rick's going to have the last word here. Bang, bang, tough luck, fascist. That's it. That's all I got. That's my interstitial round 2. Heading it back to you, Michael.
Here we go. Round 3, the penultimate round. I'm kicking it off this time with Ben at
Ben
Funko_WAP. He says packs of cigs should have a different rarity cigarettes inside. Like there should be a chance that you pull some kind of secret illegal cigarette every time you buy a pack. Can you imagine how good it would feel to buy a fresh pack and pull a mythic rare cigarette? Corpse. Oh, this is actually a 3-part series here, so you might want to pay attention. And
Okay.
Eric, special surprise for you on the 3rd one. Corpse at the Furrow is retweeting AP Seattle, who says, breaking, Greyhound says it will stop letting Border Patrol agents conduct routine immigration checks on its buses. Corpse at the Furrow says, witnesses said a bus driver told an ICE agent to quote-unquote gargle his balls. And the ICE agent requested to enter the bus. And here we have that Simpsons episode. The bus driver taps the sign and he says, don't make me tap the sign. And then when he taps it, it says, gargle my balls. And then Marty at newmet.all says, is this anything? And it's the Gadsden flag, but instead of saying, don't tread on me, it says, gargle my balls. Taco Bell isn't even good. Yeah, I know. Sometimes the raccoon inside me craves garbage. Leave me alone. Leave me in my crunch wrap alone. That was from Mandatory Fun Day. This is definitely a Spaceballs reference, but it has been so long since I watched this movie. So I don't know this character's name.
Darth Helmet.
So Darth Helmet is standing next to Darth Vader and at a looks like some sort of Comic-Con, and it says, when it's bring your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate to work day. Totally 80s room. Next up is pun_Bible at the Pun Bible. And they have a picture of a store, and it's called Mike's Bike Shop. And Pun Bible captioned it, Michael's Bike Shop. I have 2 more here. Josh Howie at Josh X Howie says, was late to my first Fight Club last night, so I missed the introduction rules. Still, Fight Club was brilliant, and I'd highly recommend Fight Club. And last up for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Step bro motherfucking Steve. And this has a picture of a guy looking straight into the camera. And he's replying to a comment that says, "You look like if a man and a woman had a baby. Sorry." That's all I have for round 3. Living ultimately, I post with the most. Back to you, brain damage.
All right, let's do it. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. Here we have comedian Stevie C, my homie, posted someone named Alonzo that says, "Isn't clitoris that big ass red dog?"
Damn.
Here we've got the Argyle sweater has a cartoon, and here we have some chickpeas, and one is squished. There's some chickpeas. They're dressed as police. Looks like a Dorito that could be the homicide investigator. And one chickpea says, "Sickening! Another chickpea seamlessly smashed to death." And then the other one says, "Accident? Yeah, no, homicide. Homicide." Okay.
Oh, wow.
Here we got a 2-panel. Here we have a doctor telling the patient, "That's a nasty bug you got there." And then the second panel, there is a ladybug and says, "Fuck you." That was Twunks. And there we got says Fence OKC has a picture of a garden where there's a bunch of fence posts that have been dug out, or like some very, very, very coordinated gophers. I don't know. I'm not sure, you know? So it says these posts were removed because someone took offense.
Oh my God.
Here we
you have
have
like a pun newsletter you get or something.
Here we've got there's that Michelle from Full House with 2 guns. She's double fisted looking around. And it says, "When ads start popping up for stuff I've only thought about inside my head." Yep. And then this one here says, "Come on, IRS. I'm brushing the salt off my crackers to season my meat." And honestly, sorry to be racist, but that's only a white people problem. Us brown people, we have extra seasoning in the cabinet, and we don't use salt off the damn cracker. Okay, I'm just kidding. Some fucking brain damage post. But I'll buy you 4 more fucking killer tapes, man. And here we have Lucy telling Linus, I think that's Linus, "Yo, where my killer tape at?" All right, that's a Wu-Tang pun. Just so I could show somebody named Little Gangster. Put Puffy is good, but Wu-Tang is the best. And it shows a picture of ODB and says, "Throwback. ODB was the first rapper to storm the Grammy stage. Wu-Tang is for the children." So,
No shit.
yep.
History.
Say that again.
History.
Yep. Independent Dope put Captain Jamaica. And here we have somebody at independentdope.com dressed up in a Captain America type outfit, but it is green and yellow with the star on it. And it says Captain Jamaica, the first Bumbaclot. Bumbaclot. And here we've got Duck Down Music. Has a picture of my favorite rapper, Sean Price, R.I.P. And you see he sings in one of his songs. He says, "I smack the shit out of a punk. I make your eyes celebrate Black History Month." That means he punches you so hard that your eyes black for a whole month, Eric. And yep, I just wanted to celebrate some Black history before it's over. So we're gonna leave it off with Omar Thomas. Has a picture of Chris Tucker from Friday, and it says, "In 1995, Smokey became the first black man to get catfish. Hashtag Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, y'all."
Nice.
Leaving it off to you, Eric.
Nice. Thank you. All right. Getting into it with the penultimate round of Facebook for the blind. Where are my controls? There we go. Forgot to do some more good news. You remember that guy, Enrique Tario? He was the leader of the Proud Boys, and then he went to prison because, you know, he led the riot in January 6th. Or actually, no, something before that, firearms. Anyway, doesn't matter. Trump pardoned him. Well, he was back at the Capitol and got himself arrested again. So he assaulted a female protester. She pressed charges and they led him away. And what's really embarrassing, those are bicycle cops. They made him like get on the bike.
Oh.
Is that how that works? Do they make you get in like the little kid wagon? That
No,
sucks so hard. Getting arrested by a bicycle cop.
he's like, I'm hooking you to the seat and you got to stand on the pegs the whole way back. No seat for you.
Oh man, you're gonna have to sit on the handlebars.
Yeah. And you know,
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know if you guys remember what Enrique Tarrio looks like, but you know, he's got no ass. So tough times. Guillotines for Oligarchs 2020 had this spotted image on Interstate 64 near Louisville, Kentucky. And hanging from the bridge over it is the photo of Elon giving the Nazi salute. And it says, wanted, dead, or, and alive is crossed out. I was like, guys, if you've ever been to Louisville, Kentucky, this is amazing. This is amazing. Good times. Friend of the show, CC Laird has posted this picture that is beautiful. They are crushed cans in that blue china, like the dragon china that's like blue on white that just looks amazing, except that they're in the shapes of crushed aluminum cans. And it's captioned, when you're beautiful and fragile, but still trash. Like, I feel you. I feel you there. Here from the Illinois community on Reddit, we have, oh man, this is when I need TD. Who's this? Who's the warrior guy from Lord of the Rings with the helmet and the hammer and whatnot?
Oh, Gimli.
Cool. He's saying, never thought I'd die fighting side by side with an Illinois governor. And we see our governor of Illinois here. He says, what about side by side with an anti-fascist? And he says, I could do that. Because it was pretty great. Our governor gave a State of the State speech and invoked Skokie and the Nazi marches there and Nazis and DC and Elon. And that is the highest ranking official to say pretty closely, hey, these guys are Nazis. You better keep an eye on them. So I was very happy about that. It's pretty cool. In my debate group, which I just call my arguing group, my friend Marco has this post from Gus at Gus. Says the cops never do anything about Proud Boys for the same reason you never see Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana in the same place. And the Great White North Free Press says, this is a bit of a misnomer since Miley Cyrus was Hannah Montana. You are using a metaphor that doesn't make sense. Okay, the rest of us get it. This is why you never see the Proud Boys. Okay, forget it. Moving on, Tales of a Kitchen Witch has this post from Hill at Plume _ says people on food stamps should only be allowed one smile a day. It should be very faint and there should be deep, unspeakable pain emanating from their eyes. And when they make their purchases, the cashier should administer a little electric shock. Just the opinions of one humble Christian. Steve Critchell, friend of the show, has posted this obituary, I believe from Britain. So I'm going to do a British accent for it. Why not? Florence Flo Harrelson, death announcement from Glenburn. Florence Flo Harrelson, 65, formerly of Chelsea, died on February 22nd, 2024, without family by her side due to burnt bridges and a wake of destruction left in her path. Florence did not want an obituary or anyone, including family, to know she died. That's because even in death, she wanted those she terrorized to still be living in fear, looking over their shoulders. So this isn't so much an obituary, but more of a public service announcement. I like the evil obituaries. A science enthusiast has posted this one that made the rounds from Egg Price Sufferer at A Gray B. Says, cleaning out the waste and fraud on my hard drive, laughing my ass off. What is this System 32? It was created on December 31st, 1969, before computers were invented? Yeah, nice try, Bill Gates. Time to save myself 700 kilobytes. Yeah, that's really funny if you know anything about computers and Doge. All right. Here, Doge asked everybody in America who works for the federal government to send an email to one single email address and list the 5 things they accomplished last week. So Lorena Bobert here says, 5 things I did last week. 1, gave Kid Rock a hand job. 2, bailed my kid out of jail. 3, bailed my ex out of jail. 4, went to church. 5, gave Kid Rock a hand job in church. There were a lot of these lists of 5 things, and this was one of the funnier ones, I gotta say. James Schlarman has reposted the smartass one, who says eggs in Canada are $3.93 versus $7 in America. And we see a big frying pan here, and it says flexing on the Americans by winning at hockey and celebrating with a 12-egg omelet. Okay. Not a lot of omelet fans. Are we all mic'd here? Okay, where everybody's muted. National Strategic Stockpile of Memes has reposted this one from Dan Eskew, who wants to say, he's got this post from JB Knockout, who says, I do not condone drunk driving, okay? But we have here a picture of a woman in front of the measurements. You know, she's getting her mugshot, and it says Drew Frog at Drew Frogger. Said, this woman in Northern Kentucky got shit-faced and got behind the wheel, had a 0.42 blood alcohol content. Then she crashed on the interstate and killed a well-known KKK neo-Nazi chud. Yeah. And JB Knockout says, this woman is lucky that no human being was harmed as a result of her irresponsible actions. And it's got a couple more. Raz posting, and if you're not following Raz posting, that's okay. Got the Standler Chad meme. You know, you got the blonde Chad with the beard and the blonde wife. It's the standard, you know, sort of, I don't know, deep fried memes. I can't remember. It says, my parents at my age. And mom is saying, let's buy this house. And the husband says, yes. And it's for sale, $300,000. Me at my parents' age. And we have a bunch of weirdos, absolute weirdos. And one of them with a scar across his eye says, tonight we take Elon's moon palace. Leave no one alive. I mean, the fact that that even makes any sense at all is really just a testament to the stupid times that we live in. And finally, leaving only my post with the most, we have this from The Chaser. It says, Elon Musk to keep having kids until one eventually likes him. Poster Clint says, I still don't like his odds. And that's it, except for my post with the most. Quiet, you still with us? Gonna wrap it up here.
He's getting back on. Oh, you're on mute.
Okay. Here comes my post with the most.
Sweet.
Oh, man. Listen, guys, I wasn't proud of this one, but it was the post with the most.
Nice.
I tried to track this down unsuccessfully. This picture of Peter Dinklage as Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones, and he's holding a shield. He's part of some battle. I don't remember which episode. But it says, before finding success in Hollywood as an incredible actor, Peter Dinklage sold guitar picks. For our
killed
listeners,
a man with that
his
guitar
shield is
pick
in the
too.
shape of a teardrop, like a guitar pick.
Yeah, he killed a man with that guitar pick too.
He did. He sure did. It makes him, after you look at it and think of it as a guitar pick, it makes him look like fucking Thumbelina.
I love those shows.
All right, that's all I have for my post with the most. What you got this week, Brane?
All right, this week I'm cheating a little bit, but we're going to run through it fast. Here we have William Dafoe, and it says, when companies when Black History Month hits, and he says, you know, I'm somewhat of an African-American myself. And then here we have Robert Downey Jr. in that, I forget what fucking Tropical Thunder or something. He painted in blackface, and it says, companies when Black History Month ends, and he looks depressed. And then here we just have Martin Luther King pointing his fingers out, and it says, pew, 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 take that, racism. And that's it for me. Handing it off to you, Eric Woodsey.
Nice. Babo, wrapping it up with my post with the most. Feminist news coming in strong last few weeks. Says, I hope America is as lucky as the upside down Delta jet. Everyone survives, but the right wing explodes.
Hell yeah.
I know. It's a tight joke. Wrapping up an episode number 196. I'll have you know, 5 years running.
Wow.
Yeah.
February 25th,
Woo!
2025. Couple 25s in a row there. I think that's good for the numerology people out there. Want to thank the hundreds of people that have been watching us on YouTube and listening to us on Spotify and all the other platforms. We are cracking 10,000 plays. And I don't know
Wow.
who you all are, but we love you. Mwah.
Love you, George.
Yeah.
Beverly.
Look, baby.
Terrible. Terrible.
I don't know.
Terrible.
I don't think it's that terrible.
It's okay.
I think it's a pretty straightforward, just like raunchy joke. I think it's
All right.
like personally, I wasn't offended by what I said.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.